exterior inspection. We have some minor settlement here. You can see the crack coming down and movement in the trim board here and there, and it shows you that there's a bit of subsidence on the right hand elevation of the property. Missing weep holes from over the top of the garage and the steel lintels on the houses. Continuing round, we can still see we have movement in the trim boards. It's all recent. Crack there. We're now at the left hand elevation of the property. We've got a hole here that's going to allow a rodent in and out of the attic. It should be sealed. Along the left hand side of the elevation. More holes here. That's in the mortar again, that's big enough for rodents to get in and out of. At the left hand elevation, there's a crack here in the actual mortar. More here. These types of cracks are going to allow water into the cavity wall system. Pour caulking here is going to allow water in again, and here. There's effervescence coming out here. It's normally how it comes when water comes out of the concrete. So water's entering it at some point, and it's showing up here. Effervescence in the grade wall. Separation of the trim boards here. We have minor settlement in the building. It's extended down here. Now, the downpipes from the gutters, they should extend at least 2 to 3 feet out from the building itself, and these are not really good at all. There's more effervescence in the grade wall here. This is the grading. We're at the right hand elevation of the property, and now I can see what's causing the problem with the yard and the swale. You can see here we've got a downpipe emptying right by the fence there. We'll go to the other side in a moment and we'll see what the cause of that is. Here we've got a lot of drainage into the yard from the other areas. It's all sloping down. This grading is very poor. Really what you're looking for is it to be sloping away from the house, and now I can see why we're getting the effervescence. We're getting a lot of water concentrated in the foundation at the rear elevation due to the grading of the property. Going now to the side elevation. Again, the ground's a bit wet. I think it's from the last little rain we had. This is the swale. This swale's okay. Again, it's this effervescence. Now moving to the right elevation. So the rear elevation is doubtful grading. The left and right elevations are fine and the front is good. Here you can see the result of that downpipe here. Flooding, it's cutting deeper into the swale. Flow of water here is considerable, and that over time is going to cause quite a lot of erosion. There may also be a sprinkler system causing it. Roof inspection. Now from the ground I observed at the rear we have wind lift. We'll have a close look at it when I get around there. But as I suspected, we have a real problem here. You have a vent and a vent. Now what that effectively means, this attic has no upper attic ventilation in this whole area here. It's short circuit. There'll be an explanation of the issues involved in that in the report. Failing caulking around the top of the chimney here. Just needs repairing, that's all. We're looking at the roof, we're at the rear elevation, and what I can see are lines. They're running diagonally up the roof. This is called wind lift. What is actually happening is the wind is getting under the shingles and lifting them as one all the way up the roof. As that comes into focus, it's a little bit better there. So you can see the lines. So I recommend you get an assessment by an insurance company of this roof. It may be that it's very close to needing replacement. This is the attic entrance that we're looking at here. See where my light's shining, it's around the edge here. Around we should have a weather seal like we've got on the door here. A weather seal. Now the whole reason you have a weather seal there is to stop air leaking from the garage area, which is here, okay, which contains contaminants, chemicals, combustibles, accelerants, all of those things that can actually lead to a problem. Like for example, if a fire started in this garage, you wouldn't be able to prevent it getting into the attic almost instantly because you're missing this weather seal. So there should be a weather seal on there and it's missing, so I recommend that's replaced to protect the family in the building. In the entrance to the attic you can see a hot water pipe running here, and it's just a cold water pipe. What colour is it? Blue. Cold water pipe. You see you've got boxes touching it. It's actually not protected, and that could get damaged and you get a water leak in your attic. So I highly recommend that that is protected. Well, we're in the part of the attic where there's no ventilation because of the design of the attic vents. There's too many of them, and they're in the wrong position. They short circuit, all of which is explained in the report. There's plastic covers on these outlets. They should be metal. There's a lot of paint stored in this attic. That really shouldn't be done. The attic actually is the lung of the house, and it allows the house to breathe. So anything you store up here, any sort of material, has a good chance it's going to get into the house. The actual it's going to allow contaminants, volatile organic compounds, to actually get into the house. Do not recommend the storage of paints, etc., etc., in a roof space. You can see there's even more over here. It's quite the wrong place to keep them. The garage is the place they should be in. That's what we have the garage for, not the attic. Here we've got Romex cable running across the roof space. You'll see down here it's been damaged. People have been treading on it. The board here is resting on Romex cables. That'll be stretching them, could lead to them overheating and causing a fire. We're at the master bedroom, and there's evidence in the corner here of organic growth, which could be mould here and here. Now, considering we're in a drought, that means there is presence of water somewhere here to sustain the growth of that. So I'm going to recommend that you have a mould test carried out on the house. Fireplace. water heater. You can see I can't examine it closely because it's covered in insulator, but the temperature pressure relief valve is broken. See, I can't release it. That means it's dangerous. That's got to be replaced. Zone 1 of the irrigation system, front yard. Zone 2, right hand yard, down to the road, serving the sprinklers on the right elevation. In zone 3, it extends right the way around the foundation of the house, zone 3. Okay, so a lot of the zones are doubled up. Like for example, zone 2 is also zone 6. On the day of the inspection, I wasn't able to get these sprinklers to work. This one here in the corner. I can't tell you whether they rose or not. They may have been up, I just didn't notice. But at the day when I tried to run them, I couldn't get them to run. I'm measuring the moisture in the drywall in the area where I've found what looks like organic growth, and you can see we've got it registering as wet, so there's a high concentration of moisture in the drywall around this window. I'll compare it if I bring it up here, touch this drywall here, and you can see it's dropping off, it's registering 0. We come back here with our instrument here, and we've got 86-87% moisture. So the wall around this particular window is damp. Let's go and look at the wall. I found other suggestions of organic growth, which was in the study. Yeah, it was on this side here. Yeah, and we've got a moisture content of 84%. I'm in the small bedroom at the left elevation. We've got a moisture content in the wall beside the window of 80%. So there is a bit of moisture being retained in the walls, and I think it's down to the ventilation more than anything else. Water's always going to get inside the walls, and it'll always concentrate around windows. And the whole idea of ventilation in the attic is to dry these areas out, and clearly this is not happening. We have evidence of water penetration in the ceiling above us here. See, I'm moving the light around the laser beam in this area here. There's a better view of it. You can see a photograph in the report too. But there's area there certainly shows dampness.